friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allison and I do all things lifestyle and inspiration. If you're watching this video, you're probably thinking about going to Cabo and considering staying at Paradisus Los Cabos. This is a virtual tour of the resort as well as my honest review and feedback from my stay. I want to preface this video with 4 things you should keep in mind before watching. First, I apologize for the shakiness in the video. There's a couple of scenes that's kind of shaky, but I'm not a professional videographer and I could not get my gimbal to work. Also, we stayed here in October of 2021. At the time of recording this video, it's now January, and some of the negative things that I may mention in this video may be updated. Lastly, these opinions are my own and I would not encourage you to make a decision based off my opinion. Rather, I would encourage you to use the information from this video to help you make the best decision for you. So without further ado, let's hop into the video. The outside entrance of Paradisus Los Cabos. The hotel grounds were absolutely gorgeous when we arrived. The hotel was also conveniently located not far from the airport and about a 10 to 15 minute Uber ride from everywhere else we went off of the resort. You enter the lobby, you are just blown away. The decor, the ambiance, everything was just beautiful. I mean, you just really automatically felt like you were on vacation. I also appreciated that there was concierge service on site at the hotel to help you make reservations for anything that you wanted to do off of the property. You guys, we were just super excited to be here. The views, the cleanliness of the hotel, the decor, everything was just coming together, and we knew that this is going to be a great girls trip. I mean, just take all of this in. Bar located off the lobby was called Ginger Bar. We spent a lot of time here just hanging out, taking shots, talking. One night we stayed up to 2, 3 a.m. just chatting about life right here in this section that I'm showing you now. You'll notice that as we go throughout this tour, you're going to see lots of areas for people to sit and gather and catch up with friends and family. We never felt like the resort was just crowded or packed or too many people, and that was super important to us. We were glad that we never felt that it was just overcrowded. The bar located behind Ginger Bar was called Gastro Bar. I did not get a chance to visit this bar, but my friends did, and they were simply blown away again by the decor and the ambiance and just how pretty everything was in here. I think it would have been really nice if the Gastro Bar was the nightlife lounge on the resort, because there was no nightlife at the resort. If you wanted to go out or club or go to some type of lounge, you would have to do that off the property. But I thought that they should have used this space for that. Like I said, there was plenty of space for sitting and lounging and hanging out with friends and family. I even thought some of these conversational places created space for you to meet new friends. We met a lot of new people that we hung out with, took shots with, bought drinks for. Like, we just had a great time meeting people, and I believe that these conversational places allowed us to do that. If you enjoy taking pictures for the gram, for TikTok, whatever, even if it's just for making memories for yourself, there were plenty of places on the resort to take photos. There was a traditional gift shop on the property that sold everything that you may need during your stay. They even sold alcohol. It was a little overpriced for my liking, but if you didn't want to leave the resort and you didn't have any bottles of liquor, they did have that available for purchase. This was another sitting area as well as a photo opportunity area. So this restaurant served breakfast each day as well as lunch. We also ate here one evening because they served as an Italian restaurant on property. Be sure to check out my Cabo vlog so you guys can get in-depth details about what we ate, what the restaurants looked like, how we enjoyed it, and things like that. Personally, I enjoyed the food on the property, and if you want to see that vlog, I'll link it in the cards above as well as the description box below. And here's yet another photo opportunity. This restaurant was called Capella. It was the outdoor breakfast location. It served the same food as the indoor location. I also believe that this was the Italian restaurant, but I can't be certain. This was something also super convenient that we enjoyed. They had on-site COVID testing. At check-in, the resort will provide you with a link that you would use to go and register for your COVID test. They would then email you to let you know the date and time that your test had been registered, and you could come right to this room to have your test done. The resort also had a fitness center. I did not record inside just out of respect for the people who were in there working out, and they also had a full service spa on the property. As I said before, the on-site grounds were just beautiful. I mean, simply gorgeous. You would wake up in the morning and walk out and just feel like you were on vacation. However, there was some updating going on while we were staying there, so that was a bit of a contest. You know, you don't want to be seeing construction or renovation while you're on vacation. But other than that, this is simply gorgeous. Like, breathtakingly gorgeous. You just felt like you left home and you were at your own little oasis retreat. Take this in. Oh, I want to go book a flight right now. So we're coming up to an area where the swim up rooms were located. If you stayed in a swim up room, this is what part of the resort you would stay on. I believe the swim up rooms were a part of the reserve area of the resort, and the reserve area was an adults only area that had exclusive benefits like their own pool, premier access to different restaurants in terms of reservations, and they also had some reservations for cabanas at the pool, but we'll discuss that later. If you watched the Cabo vlog, you know about the lizard, so I just had to include one of his friends in this part of the video. Like I said, the reserve area was for adults only. This is their lounge area. They had plenty of lounge chairs and umbrellas, and they also had their own designated pool. They had different color wristbands to designate who was reserve guests and who weren't. I'm not sure if regular guests were able to sneak over here because we never tried, but we did have a different color wristband. Off of the reserve pool was the fine dining restaurant La Palapa. I enjoyed the food here, but come here with an open mind because a lot of the menu options are very unique. This is also where the reserve guests ate breakfast. Here I'm just showing you what I mean by the updates. They had this yellow tape on this beautiful glass, and behind this glass is this beautiful view of the beach. The resort sat on one of the only swimmable beaches in Cabo. This detail was super important to us because we love the beach. We also enjoyed the fact that they had loungers, towels, and food and beverage service down at the beach. The beach was a short walk from the pool, which was super convenient. Speaking of the pool, it had both a swim up and walk up area for you to order drinks. This was the main pool on the resort, and it was absolutely beautiful. A feature we loved at the pool was the cabanas. They were first come, first served, unless they had a reserve sign attached, and there were very few of those. The pool area had plenty of loungers and towels. There was a designated area to pick up a towel as well as drop one off, and the poolside service in terms of food and beverage was always quick and prompt. Here I'm just showing you the beach bar. Again, there was food and beverage service at the beach, so you didn't have to worry about coming back up to the pool area to get food and drinks. This area that I'm showing you right now was where a wedding was hosted while we stayed here. So this is a resort where you could have your wedding if you chose to. Right off the pool was Gabi Beach Restaurant. This is where you would get lunch each day. They also service the pool. We really enjoyed the food here. I personally enjoyed the shrimp tacos, the ceviche, and the guacamole. We also enjoyed our server each time we came, and this is where we also found a new tequila that we like. I'm not going to try to pronounce it, but I will include a picture of it. Just more renovation. This is a family resort, so there was a kids area for you to drop your kids off. It was right off the pool, and I'm sure they would have a good time. Look at the staff member. She's having fun. This is the Asian restaurant on the property. This was actually my favorite restaurant on the resort. Get the Brussels sprouts if you like Brussels sprouts. Okay, let's quickly talk rooms here. This is probably the worst part of our stay. I think our room stay was unpleasant because we stayed on the ground levels. The rooms felt humid and moist, and there was even what appeared to be mold in one of my friend's rooms. The AC stopped in ours, and although they fixed the AC in ours, our friends had to move to another level because their room never got cool. The birthday girl had ants also in her bathroom, crawling around the sink where the caulking was missing. Even though we moved to another floor on our last night there, and it seemed to be larger, the room still felt kind of damp and dry and humid, and it was just an unpleasant stay in terms of rooms. Now the bathrooms I actually enjoyed. The showers were huge. There were 2 shower heads in each of the showers, and it was just massive. I also appreciated that multiple people could be in the bathroom at once. Someone could be taking a shower, someone could be at the sink, and they also had a water closet that kept the toilet separate, so that way you can use that as well. The closets were another feature that I actually appreciated in the rooms. I enjoyed the storage space as well as the shelving for unpackers like me. This is Mole. It was the Mexican restaurant on property. The interior was super cute. This was a lounge area for reserved guests. I was not supposed to be in here, so I just filmed a little footage just so you could see the lounge area. So that concludes the virtual tour, but I do want to go back over some of the pros and cons just to wrap up the video. So let's start with the pros. The location of the hotel was perfect. Like I said, it was only about 12 or 15 minutes in an Uber to go wherever we needed to go. The views of the resort were absolutely beautiful, breathtaking. The ambiance and feel of the hotel was great. The food wasn't anything to brag on, but I did enjoy several of my meals, especially the meals I had at the Asian restaurant and La Palapa. Customer service was A+++. I'm talking Chick-fil-A level service. I enjoyed that the pool had the cabanas, there was quick pool service, they had water activities each day like water aerobics and pool volleyball. I also liked the fact that we stayed at a resort that was on one of the swimmable beaches in Cabo. We took some really nice pictures at the beach, and we took a lot of nice pictures on the resort. There were lots of places to hang out with your friends and family, and the showers and closets in the rooms were a plus. I also enjoyed the fact and appreciated that there was on-site COVID testing. That was a huge pro. And there was free Wi-Fi. I was able to call my parents through FaceTime because I didn't have a calling plan, and the free Wi-Fi really helped for me to stay in contact with the people back home. Moving on to the cons. It rained really bad one day and there was nothing to do on the resort. We had to just hang out at the bar or hang out in our rooms, and I just feel like for a resort of that size, they could have provided some type of activities for the guests on rainy days. In that same category, there's absolutely no nightlife on the property. Again, you can hang out at the bar if you want, you can mix and mingle with people, but if you want to dance or pop bottles or anything like that, you absolutely could not do it at this hotel. Well, at least you couldn't do it at the time of our stay. So that was a negative for me because if we wanted to go out, we would have to leave the resort to do so. Speaking of the bar, the cocktails, they just were not giving what they needed to give. I was tipsy maybe once, and because we were on a birthday trip, we kind of wanted to get lit a couple of nights, but there was no lit to be had. So keep that in mind. If you stay here, you may want to pick up a bottle from the airport before you arrive at the resort, or visit that grocery store that I talked about earlier in the video. It had a large selection of alcohol. Another issue that we ran into, of course, was the lizard, as well as the ant issues. Like, to go in the bathroom and just see ants crawling all over the bathroom counter, that was simply unacceptable. The rooms were also damp and humid and musty, and nobody wants to sleep in that. It was just, the rooms were terrible. Our AC went out, and there was also what appeared to be mold on one of the chairs of my friend's room, which I already mentioned. Customer service was great, so they did come and they repaired our AC, so that was great. We didn't have to worry about that, so I will add that back to the pro list. Customer service, customer service, customer service. If I had to mention the food, however, on the cons list, I would say that there was not enough places to eat lunch. There were only 2 options for lunch, and after a while you can kind of get tired of eating shrimp tacos, burgers, fries, salads. You kind of want to switch it up, and none of the specialty restaurants were open during the day. So, would I stay here again? Probably not. Even though I enjoyed the views, I thought the property was beautiful, the customer service was A1 superb, I personally wouldn't stay here again because of the rooms. I feel like if you're going for a luxury vacation, your room should feel like luxury, and we didn't really get that from our rooms. So if you could give me a luxury 5-star room to match this property and some nightlife and some good liquor, then I probably would consider staying here again. But because of those things that was super important for us, I wouldn't stay here again. But I encourage you to do your own research, and if some of the pros that I listed outweigh the cons for you, give it a try, because like I said, the customer service was excellent. The hotel is beautiful. You do feel like you're on vacation when you go. You get great pictures. It's a great time to hang out. So if those things are important to you, consider staying there. I hope this video was super helpful. If it was, please give me a thumbs up. Also consider subscribing to my channel if you enjoy content like this. I have some trips planned for 2022 that I cannot wait to take you guys on, and you don't want to miss it. Lastly, if you have friends or family thinking about visiting Cabo and they're looking for resorts, feel free to share this video with them, as well as the vlog, so they can get an understanding of what Paradisus is all about and decide if they would like to stay there. Thank you guys as always, and until next time, bye.